The New York Times put out its list of the 100 greatest films of the 21st century, but we're not going to watch 100, we're going to watch the top 30. So join us on this journey as we watch 30 films in 30 days. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Cinematic Trinity and our series where we're watching 30 films in 30 days. And this time around we are talking about Adaptation, the Nicolas Cage movie which follows... And this is such a weird one to explain. It's a guy who's a screenwriter and he is writing a script. He's trying to adapt this book called The Orchid Thief. So it's following his journey in trying to adapt this book, which seems unadaptable. Mm-hmm. We are continuing the train here, aren't we, of films like this?
Yeah, it is another film person's film, I think. So it says in the New York Times, there's a virtuosic Hall of Mirrors quality to Adaptation, directed by Spike Jonze and ostensibly written by Charlie Kaufman and his twin brother Donald, who does not in fact exist. An adaptation of a book that's actually about how impossible it is to adapt a book, as you've just said. It says it's an incredibly funny movie with a delicious dual Nicolas Cage performance as both Kaufman's, which I respect. And I actually love it when you have an actor playing two roles. I think that every single time that's happened, I've loved it. This film, Legend, Friends, it works every single time for me. Don't you think? Lindsay Lohan, Parent Trap,
Gemini Man.
I've not seen that one. Oh, all right.
I think that was
that was
the worst film of.
That's what
I mean.
Whenever it came out. Yeah.
Anyway, so that as you say, the main premise is he's trying to write a script. He's a screenwriter, and it's supposedly written by his twin brother. So he plays himself, Nicolas Cage, and his twin brother as well. You know what I mean? Can't be bothered to explain
Charlie
any
and
better
Donald.
than that.
He plays Charlie
and Donald, and Donald is credited on the film, even though he doesn't exist, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Do you want to say what you thought of the film? Because I've got opinions, but I'd
hope we have opinions, or else we wouldn't have a podcast.
I have opinions, but you go first, Michael.
So this just falls as another one where you watch it and you come away from it and you're like, I didn't really get that. So we had to watch a explain video, which kind of put it into this perspective of it is this meta-narrative where it's like how you adapt things in Hollywood and how like Nicolas Cage even says it, where it's like, oh, you can't just do a straight adaptation. You have to throw things like violence and action and all this to make it interesting. Which, like, afterwards you're kind of like, oh, yeah, I guess I kind of get it. But, like, on the whole, you watch it, it's maybe a little bit boring. I don't know. I like Nicolas Cage in it. It's a different kind of Nicolas Cage performance. He's not really hamming it up in this role. He's not going, like, screaming at the top of his lungs or just being crazy. He's pretty, like, subtle, and I like it. I like it.
I do really like his performance in this, and I think that actually this one, it grew on me as the film was going on. Like when it started, and because it is, essentially a film of two halves. He's trying to adapt the screenplay, and then he's adapting it essentially, and that's kind of the way that it works. So for the first half of it, I was like, what on earth is going on? And I think that I said this to Michael the other day, some films are best to go in just blind, knowing absolutely nothing. But this film, I knew nothing about. I went in, I'd never heard of it before. I was watching it and I was like, what on earth is going on? But I feel like if somebody just said to me, it gets better, it's fine, like, this is supposed to be like this, I might have just like enjoyed it a little bit more because I would have just like understood. But I was trying to understand the concept of it while it was happening. But in a way, I was kind of saying, oh, so is he so are we in the script that he's writing? Like, is this, that I was working it out as I was going along? And I didn't hate it. Like, I enjoyed it a lot more than Lost in Translation, which was another kind of boring-y kind of film. I did enjoy it a lot more than that. I don't think I'll ever watch it again, but I do think it's an interesting one for people to watch because I do think that it's an interesting kind of script and concept and stuff and I can appreciate it for that. Even though it wasn't the most enjoyable film that I've seen, I can see why it's a little bit more up there on the list for me personally.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of things with it that were just a bit confusing. Like I think I mentioned to Michael earlier today, like it took me quite a while of the film to realise that Donald was an actual person and not just like a part of like Charlie's like imagination,
Yeah.
like he was just imagining stuff. Because I think at one point in the film they mentioned something. I don't know whether it was like bipolar or schizophrenia. Or they mentioned something that made me think, oh, okay, so he's written Donald into the script of the film of the screenplay that he's acting, that he's also writing. It's incredibly meta in a way where you're having to be like,
that's the word,
7 steps ahead to understand, like, okay, so we're at this point in the film. It's not to say I didn't enjoy it. Like, I liked a lot of the back and forth, like, between, you know, the different characters, and like obviously Charlie seeing Donald succeed and being frustrated but not willing to kind of concede. Like, he's like, no, I'm an established, you know, writer. I can't be, you know, accepting help from someone who's going to like seminars and things like that. Like, I'm above that. So you know, there were bits of it I liked. It's definitely not. I wasn't sat there going, oh my god, when's this going to be over? I didn't understand a lot of the stuff that was going on, again, because it was so meta. It's meant for those in kind of Hollywood, in that kind of film industry, that understand a lot of these things a lot better because it's their life. But yeah, the bits that I could understand without having to go and research something afterwards, I did enjoy. And, you know, Nicolas Cage's performance was really good. You get a different side of things, and it's, as you say, when you've got like an actor playing 2 characters in the same film, and you can see their differences. It's like, oh yeah, so like, you know, he's really good at, you know,
it makes you appreciate
like
their performance a lot more, because you can see side by side a comparison of, well, they're not just playing themselves all the time, you know, which a lot of actors fall into, or playing the same person. You know, it's good to see them playing.
I like
totally
the like stuff he does where it's like, you know, where he basically just demeans himself, like, in his head, where it's like, cut to this guy who's fat and disgusting and sweaty and like, and bald, you know.
I liked all the voiceover stuff.
I also like, I think visually, again, not to say like it's a well shot film or anything like that. I mean, it probably was. I'm not saying it's crap, but I like, technically, when it's the 2 Nicolas Cages on screen, you can't see, there's no trick. Like, it feels like, whoa, how do they do this for like the kind of age of film there is? I was like really impressed by that. And again, they're so different as well. Like, they play off each other. Like, well, he plays off himself really well.
It is very well written with that whole script. You know, the script is very, very good. I will definitely give it that. And I love the fact that, you know, the beginning of the film, he's doing all these voiceovers and stuff like that, because that's supposed to be, this is the way I've interpreted it anyway, that's him writing this script that he can't get together, and this is him, you know, voicing over what's happening. And then he says to his brother, right, you have a look at this now, let me know what you think of the script. And the voiceover stops in the film, and it becomes a lot more action, and, you know, things are happening, and the plot's kind of thickening, and it's twisting and turning and stuff like that. And then it cuts back to the voiceover again when it's him taking over the script and finishing it. So I really loved that detail, you know, and I didn't really realise until the very end. I was like, oh my god, it's the voiceover, you know, that's like how you can see. And that it's almost like his alter ego is taking over, and he's decided, actually, let's just make this a little bit crazy, you know, and then it all kind of antics ensue from there. So as I say, I can appreciate this one a lot more than some of the others. So yeah, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I wonder if it gets better on a rewatch. I don't think I ever will watch it again.
No, I probably won't.
But I wonder if it does. If anybody's watched it twice and thought it was better the second time, let me know. But yeah, it's an interesting one, and I can see why it's up there on the list.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What are we scoring it?
Maybe a 7.
Okay.
I went 6.
I'm going 5.
You didn't enjoy it,
I'm putting it on the same as Lost in Translation, where it's a bit like, whether the meta stuff kind of made me think, oh, great, this is like, again, like, not preachy, you know what I mean? But like, you can tell this is like a cinephile or like movie industry lovers film.
Yeah, it's
because they'll be like, oh, it's ingenious how they pick apart. Like, I just wasn't for it. You know, I could appreciate bits of the script, and like the overall idea when you look into it is interesting, but like as a fresh viewing experience, didn't really land for me.
Yeah. No, I can understand that.
Yeah. And I guess because you enjoyed it, you'll give it a 7, and you enjoyed it more, so you'll give it a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, actually, that's very nice. We've all got a different opinion there,
Thank
haven't
God.
we?
Yeah.
We're coming along in the world.
Well, who knows? Maybe the next film will change that.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. But there you have it. That was film number 20. What is that on the list?
26.
27.
That was film number 27 in the 30 greatest films of the 21st century. So what did you guys think? Have you seen Adaptation? Let us know your thoughts below. And let us know if you think it is one of the greatest films of the 21st century.
Do you think it's one of the greatest films?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. By sign off, yeah? No. No, I do not. But I'm sure our audience can let us know if they think it is.
Yeah, let us know. I think that it isn't number 27. It's probably more like number 50, or
Right.
like 60. A lower down, but I can understand why it's maybe up there.
Yes or no for you?
No.
No. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Oh, there you have it. That has been this dissection of Adaptation. We will see you guys in the next episode.